Happy Sabbath, guys. I'm outside taking my dog out. And just wanted to share with you guys that growing up, I used to not find the Sabbath, honestly, very pleasant. I felt like it was a time where I couldn't do anything and I felt like I was in church all day. So now that I'm back in the faith, I've really been trying hard to make the Sabbath very pleasant as it should be, a blessing for us. As you guys know, God created the Sabbath not in Exodus 20 where the Ten Commandments are found, but the Sabbath is found in Genesis at creation. He rested from all his work, and we try to make it a point, especially with our kids, that it's a time where they could read certain books that maybe they haven't been reading during the week, or sometimes it's going out in nature if it's nice. It's been kind of hot out here lately, but if it's nice, going out in nature, taking a walk. We definitely love the fact that they enjoy their Sabbath school class at Crowley, so we get there a little earlier. They love their class. So it's really important that on Sabbath, it's not so much about you can't do this, you can't do that. It's actually a time to disconnect from TV, disconnect from work, disconnect from working in the garden if you have a garden, disconnect from whatever it may be. So anyway, I want to encourage you guys to really pray and reflect on some things that you could do on the Sabbath that will bring you closer to God, because after all, that's what it's about. It's recognizing Him as our Creator and getting closer to Him. Anyway, have a happy Sabbath, and we'll talk. Jade and I are trying to figure out a melody to her memory verse so she could say it tomorrow in class and she could get a sticker, but also because it's good to know the Word of God. So here's my version of the song.
Be completely humble and gentle, be patient, bearing with one another in love.
Happy what?
Happy Sabbath.
Yeah. So tell us, what's going on here?
Evie just read me this entire book. She's never read it before, ever. And she read the whole thing without any problems.
Can you tell me what the cover says, what the title says?
No.
Send a baby.
Good job. Keep it up, keep it up. So Jade's lesson has been about the 12 spice, which is found in the book of Numbers. And this book here is Patriarchs and Prophets, but for the kids. Show them the cover, Jade. So we have I think it's 7 books. And this would be, it's called When Time Began, but it's Patriarchs and Prophets. And it kind of goes into more detail. And what is something that stood out to you in that story, Jade? She read it yesterday, right?
The fruit was super duper big.
It shows grapes, right?
Yeah.
And why was the fruit so big in the land of Canaan?
Because they were giants.
They were giants. And what happened? Were the people excited to go? Take over the land?
No, they were actually scared.
Why do you think they were scared?
Because they're giants and they're gonna attack them. Or not attack them, they're gonna go through the city and get the land, I guess.
So did God tell them that was going to be their land?
Yeah.
And they were still scared? So what do we call that?
Losers.
We could all be losers at times, but what's the other word for that, you know? They were lacking in what?
Faith.
Lacking in faith. So we, as much as we could criticize them, we must realize that sometimes when God, Jade, is calling us to do something, and we feel like maybe it's too big, like giants, that we could still do all things through
Christ.
Yes, ma'am. Anyway, so y'all need to check
math?
out. What were you gonna say like that? Oh, you got a book that you're reading. What book are you reading? Once Upon a Time. That book, I believe, shows different princesses. Is that correct?
No.
Oh, never mind.
In turn, like there's not a princess. It's so weird.
Oh, it's stories from the Bible. It's not just princesses of the Bible. Okay.
Yeah. It's just showing Esther. That's why.
Who's your favorite person from the Bible?
Prayed and prayed.
Actually, don't know.
You don't know? You have a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's a mixture between Eve and God. Eve and I don't know. Just Eve.
Well, I have a lot of first stories.
I also like Joseph and like Ezra, but I do like David too. I like a lot of stuff. So.
I do too. Well, you guys tell the people to have a good Sabbath.
Have a good Sabbath.
And we'll continue reading our book. Good morning. Good morning, sleepyheads. It's time to go to church. So, as you could tell, Layla's sleeping sideways on her bed. Jade, although she has her own bedroom. Wait a minute. You are Eva. I don't even know what kids say. Well, Eva's supposed to be sleeping. Oh, well, that shows you I'm Father of the Year. Eva is sleeping in Layla's bed. Layla is sleeping in Eva's bed without a shirt. Jade is sleeping in Layla's bed. And here's the crazy part. Each of them have their own bed. But happy Sabbath. Good morning. You guys ready to go to church? So this is where they're sleeping. And let me show you Jade's bed. And Jade's bed, it's right here. And nobody's sleeping there. Anyway. Sabbath. Jane's very nervous because she's going to be doing scripture reading, but we'll check it out.
Happy Sabbath, church. Happy Sabbath. Such a joy to be in the house of the Lord once again. And today in your bulletins, we're going to go ahead and skip the mission and focus. We're going to move on, and we're going to go ahead and start with our call to worship. So if you all will please stand with us as we invite God's presence here. Miss Jade Estrada is going to read for us our reading, our scripture, and then we'll have prayer.
Hebrews 10, 24-25. And let us consider one another in order to stir up love and good works, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as is the manner of some, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching.
Church. We're on our way to Jimmy's mom's house to have lunch.
Some comida.
Because we're hungry.
Starving. Are you guys hungry?
Yes.
I'm hoping it's going to be really good.
It will.
So, we just left church. We had a really good sermon. It was about transforming our characters and having self-discipline and abstaining from certain things that would pollute our characters. So it made me think about a lot of things. So it was really, really good.
think for me one of the challenges was reading the whole Bible before the end of the year, or a year.
Reading the whole Bible every year, the whole thing through every single year. And I was like, that's a really good thing to strive for, and I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do it, not try.
I started this week with the book of Exodus because I had already read in Genesis, and I've written books in the Bible before, like the New Testament or parts of the Old Testament, but honestly not cover to cover. So anyway, that's going to be a challenge, and also trying to think twice before I react to things that make me want to lose my temper and
lose your Christianity.
So yeah. Anyway, and then we're gonna get some food. So now that we ate spiritually, we're about to eat physically. Bendición. Yo no sabía que estaba aquí. Pensaba que estaba en la iglesia. This is my grandma. No te escuché, ¿eh? Come on, you guys all give her a kiss. Ah, sí. Ok, yo te mando la foto ahorita.
So hot outside. Jimmy's got ice rubbing it all over Star. She's in heaven. She's like, oh yeah, she loves Jimmy because he gives her ice and rubs it on her. When he's done, she like kisses him and gives him all kinds of licks.
Hi, I want to show you my chickie. We're not going to take him home because Mommy doesn't want me to, and Mom will eat his face
Whose
off.
house is this?
Mommy will eat this. Where's my chick? Oh, there's my chickie. Here, hold on. That's, I named him Thunder Storm or something like that. Ow! It's my little.
Hey.
Look how cute.
Aww.
Oh, Tornado. That's his name.
Tornado.
Tornado. Oh.
So we just finished eating lunch, and I want Cecilia to talk to us about those nasty Cheetos. Talk to me about them.
Well, what do you want me to say?
Tell me why they're so not nasty.
I don't know. They taste good. They're spicy. They're crunchy.
Are you reading the bag?
It's extra flaming hot and crunchy. So yeah.
All right. You want to taste one, Jay, and see how nasty they are or not? Or you decided they're good or not? Go. Here it is.
It smells nasty.
Okay, bite it.
Spicy. Crunchy. But too spicy.
1 through 10.
6, but it's making me cry.